built with horses and
There are heritage, but then there are horses. I mean, they're animals. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And there's
what? Now,
I could understand if there was no other way, but there is another way.
Because what do they plan to do with them once they've herded them into these little tight quarters?
Well, then they put them in these holding facilities that are horrendous.
But what do they?
They try to sell. Well, that's the thing. They're going to start slaughtering them. Just because, as opposed to using scientific methods of controlling the size. Yes, and there are really ways to do it, and there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of scientists that have done the research, and they know in the long run it would save the government money, but the forces that be, and now with this particular interior secretary, they just don't care. They just don't, just like what they did with the Dakota pipeline. They don't, it's okay. It's okay to bulldoze over sacred lands, but don't take down a statue of a treasonous Robert E. Lee. All right, you got me going.
So
it's not all laughs, is it?
This is called the Support the Horse Slaughter to defund the amendment, because there is now an amendment where they cannot do this to the horses.
Right, and they want to continue. They're trying to get rid of that. So if you just call your congressmen, your senators, just say that you are against the slaughter of wild horses in boroughs. And
it's a Capitol Hill switchboard, and the number is 202-224-3121. And it's or hashtag I'm with the band, or free horses. I mean, and I was telling him I have to put you with my friend Perry King, who you also did a Riptide with, and he's got a huge ranch in Sacramento, a second house that he has, and he's always rescuing these horses.
Wow.
He just rescues the horses because he goes, Priscilla, they're going to make him into soap, so he never rides him or anything. He just I have to put you guys.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah, he's wonderful.
Wendy must know him. I would think that who didn't do a Riptide?
I didn't do one.
That was my first guest star part.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Did you have scenes with him or with Joe?
I think all of them, because I was a bad guy. Yeah.
He came in and did the program. He's like my brother. He and I did a play at the Old Globe, and he's just lovely. But it's really interesting because there's his great grandfather, his grandfather is Max Perkins, who was Hemingway's editor, Tom Wolfe's editor, and you know that movie that's been on HBO that Colin Firth has played, Max Perkins, and Laura Linney played the wife, and I mean that's his grandfather, and they never called him or anyone in the family, and the family kind of reached out and said they didn't want any input or anything. They're just going, we wanted to let you know that you have any questions, because he would say things like, Laura Linney would greet their daughters, because one of the daughters is his mother. And he said they would like greet their, when Tom Wolfe would come and she was wearing pants, he goes, my mother grandmother would have no more worn pants. I mean, because those things are true.
Right, and those are the things that give texture to a show.
It's a lot. He's a really. His father sold ships to the War of 1812.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like one of those blue blood guys.
Wow,
I mean, he doesn't like to talk about it, but now I like.
So he and I basically have nothing in common.
Yeah. I made you talk about Catherine. I always make him talk about his money.
We both love horses.
You both love horses. Listen, Ray Abruzzo, please come back.
I will. Maybe we'll play husband and wife again on another show.
Mr. and Mrs. Marino, and I had
any day now. I can't even remember what the story.
And
was.
Mark Taylor was a director who's in my spinning class, and also a wonderful actor. And it's really funny. I didn't think I had. Did you read for that role? I read for the role.
I don't remember anything about it.
It's out in Santa Clarita.
All I remember about it was that you played my wife. I swear to God.
I remember that I played your wife, and I remember how we laughed. We got into trouble because we would talk too much in the jury room. We didn't have any dialogue. But I just remember that we were the same.
I wish I could remember what the case was.
Even though we had this little tiny part with each other. You probably had a bigger part than I did, but this little tiny part, and you've never left my memory. And so I'm so happy that because I always go, I want to get Ray. It
is, you do. I mean, I'm friends with some people I guest starred with on one of my friends. I'm still friends with. Guest starred on Trapper John M.D. And we never worked together after that. But even Timothy,
nice guy, Gregory Harris.
Yeah, I don't know him look at Tim Busfield was on that.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he ended up playing the son. Yeah, his son, and he is a lovely and a good director.
The second.
And Pernell Roberts I dress in black when I ride my horse, and I always think about being Horse Cartwright.
You know what I remember about Horse Cartwright?
he was Adam Cartwright.
I had a girlfriend who shall remain nameless, I guess, but she kept wanting to get me involved in. We go to sex again. Sexual scenes with Adam. Yeah. He would. I think he's dead now, so we can say.
Is.
Yeah. He used to have a lot of scenes.
Freak scenes, as we call them.
Well, I call them scenes, but I call them three ways or scenes
or 4 or 5.
But it isn't a cool thing to call them. They have some other name anyway. So when I see him on Bonanza, because I love Me TV, I go, wow, nobody would ever know. That he was like a freak.
Yeah.
But anyway, have we overdone it? We've overdone it. Thank you for being on my show. I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Dave. Bye. Thank you, Marina, who's not here, but okay. Thanks, Gaylord.